What's up, everybody? It's another beautiful day out here, so let's get some work done. I got a couple things that I'm ready to get sold. We got some old rims and tires that we're not going to be using anymore, so before they go bad, like tires eventually deteriorate and get bad, so we're going to sell them, get rid of them. We're not using them anymore. So today, we're cleaning up some rims and tires and getting them ready to get out of my place and onto someone else's. So, first thing we need, gloves, and some channel locks, vice grips, screwdrivers kind of work, but we're going to get the weights off these rims and get them ready to get cleaned up and make them look all nice and pretty. So, stay tuned, let's get to it. So we've got a little bit of work ahead of us. We've got a set of rims, set of rim and tires, and I actually have another set of rim and tires that I'm waiting for to get clean. But this is a good starting point. I went ahead and put some cleaner on these rims to get them cleaned up. They're pretty dirty. These ones were fairly clean. They just have the weights on them. So first things first is we want to take these weights off because A, they have to be taken off anyways, and B, they look nicer without any weights on them. There's still some dirt for us to clean, but we'll get to taking these off. Pulling these weights off can be really easy or really hard depending on how you do it. The easiest way I've found is with a pair of channel locks, and there's a little bit of a lip on this back side here. You just take your channel locks and get one rib over that lip, and then the other one sitting on the actual weight. You just take it, pull it down towards the rim, and it pops right off. You can try to go underneath the weight with a screwdriver. Like this weight sits on here. If you go underneath it with a screwdriver, all that dirt that's under it, you're just gonna jam into the metal. So right now we can clean that up and it'll come off, but if you're trying to take a screwdriver and pop it off this way, the forces aren't working with you because this bends around the rim and you're trying to pry it against that, so it's actually a lot harder. So get a pair of channel locks and it comes off real easy. Now you only want to be taking the weights off of the rims. You don't want to be taking the weights off of rims and tires because the weights actually balance the rim and tire. They'll have to put tires on these eventually, which will need rebalance. So saving them a step. I got some wheel cleaner working on these really dirty ones, so I'm gonna let them sit for a minute and let that wheel cleaner actually work in before we start getting everything washed up. So while those are waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and get that bucket filled and get ready to start washing these rims. One of my last videos I was complaining about this Meguiar's Ultimate Wheel Cleaner. While it still smells horrendous, it does do a pretty decent job of cleaning things up. So it is lifting a whole bunch of that brake dust off there, and it is going to make it a lot easier to clean up. You can see all the purple on here from all the iron. So we'll let this sit a little bit longer and clean it up. There we go, got those two sets all cleaned up, good enough. They don't have to be perfect. I'm not gonna use these anymore, it's going to someone else, but they're a lot cleaner than they were before. And clean stuff or stuff that's working will sell a lot better than things that are dirty. So, all cleaned up, ready to go. Now we'll move on to these final four, and I think I'm gonna show you different stages of everything. So, they're pretty dirty right now. So here we go, here's the control, here's what we'll leave the way it is, how it is. Now these might be a little muddier than everybody else's, but this will be controlled. Then we'll do one where we just wash it off, one where we just soap and water, and one where we really clean it. So here we go. This one we will just wash off, not do anything else to. There we go, just washed off. There's the control, and we'll set this aside. Here we go, we just got this one washed, and I just washed it with soap and water and hose it off. So that one's just washed with soap and water. This one's just hose off with water, and this is our control. Now, these two are still wet, so we've got a little bit more to go, but I've also got one more tire to work on. This one will be how I like to send out tires when I sell them, and they sell super fast when they're clean and dressed up and look really nice. Here we go, we finally got all 4 of them done. So this is what it started out as. This is just washing it. This is washing it, or this is just washing it off with water. This is washing it with a mitt, and then this is washing it with everything, water, mitt, and then also tire shining it. So here's what we started with. And you could sell these like this, but you probably won't get very many hits on it. Here's a little bit better that's just washed off. Here's washed with a mitt, and it's okay. There's a lot of dirt kind of still on the insides, and the tires look a little bit uneven. There's not quite that dark shine to them. But here's what I do with my tires and rims is I throw some tire shine on them, make sure that they're nice and clean. They look a lot better than just washing them off as compared to putting some tire shine and actually taking your time to really clean up the rims. So this is what I'm going to do to all 4 of them to make them look really, really nice. The best part about having plastic dipped rims is you can just tire shine right on top of the rims. Now that we got a decent little coat on there, take a microfiber and spread it around. Make sure it's nice and even. Because if you don't spread it around, it'll leave it like that. But if you give it a quick wipe, it'll lay flatter. So we'll go through and clean up all the little areas, getting all the little nooks and crannies, make sure that we get all the dirt and all the surfaces covered with the tire shine, and it'll be good to go. Here's the aftermath of all the weights on just those 8 tires. There was actually some on the front and the back on that white set, which is a big no-no when you do balancing tires, because you're fighting a balance. You're trying to balance and unbalance that somebody else balanced. So, anyways, here we go. They're all fresh. You can start new, but this is all the ones that were on both sets of those tires. The last set of rims and tires that I got cleaned up. Now I've got that set, this set, that set of rims and tires, and this set of rims and tires, and some lug nuts. Well, there we go. We got 2 sets of rims and 2 sets of rims and tires all done. That's it. They're all cleaned up. Everything's looking good. And yeah, so there's a couple little tips and tricks on when you're trying to sell at least rims and tires, but I mean, I guess it goes for everything. Make everything kind of clean and nice, and people will want to pay more for something that's cleaned up and nice, as opposed to something that's dirty and looks like you don't take care of it. Because when you take care of things, they last longer, and people will have that mentality when they come to look at it. So anyways, that's going to do it for me today in this video. Hope you guys learned something. Take it easy. Peace.